Here on SportsLine, we are having a ball talking with two of the stars of NWA Pro Wrestling. Of course, former champion Nick Aldis, multi-time champion Nick Aldis, one of the best professional wrestlers in the world. And Danny Deals is here, too, who calls himself manager extraordinaire. We finally got your audio problem fixed. Your jacket was so loud that it was popping the microphone, so we've got that.
I'm an explosive personality, right?
It just makes me concerned about the material.
It's a loud jacket. I'm an explosive personality.
Worried that the jacket may be a fire hazard. To get it, keep it away from the lights.
Yeah, the fire marshal called during the break deals and said you may have to dispose of that.
But I just got a notification that personalized autograph from me to you. It's on the way.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
All right.
So we've got
appreciate you being a customer.
Well, we appreciate you guys being on. We've got a big card coming up right on the 24th, and that's going to be where, gentlemen?
Valor Hall. I'll take this one.
Yeah, let the professional do this, okay? You just
before you snatch another 5-minute segment. Valor Hall in Oak Grove, Kentucky, close to Clarksville. You know, Clarksville's obviously been become a real hotbed for wrestling, thanks to our friend Crimson and the work that he's done there with Tried and True. So it's a great venue. I was there a few weeks ago to meet with the guys and go through some of the production stuff. And man, what a it just fits the vibe of the NWA, right? If you miss wrestling, like you want to,
Southern wrestling,
right? Like a show where it's just like knock down, drag out. Guys come out. It's hard hitting. It's believable, and it's in your face, and it's and the people really matter. That's really what I've always wanted the NWA to be, is to sort of provide that for lack of a better term, but that Cowboys and Indians wrestling, that kind of
good guy versus bad guy,
and come and yell at the people and have a good time and feel like you're part of a story being told, and that's I think that that venue and the way that the card is shaping up, it's going to be, it's going to be vintage NWA.
And that's what I like about it, is just the fact that it's old school professional studio wrestling, right? The crowd's right on top of you. And what are you doing?
I'm just waving to all my fans. I didn't interrupt you. You could have kept going.
All 6 of them.
I'll be there too.
They've tripled. I'll
do a meet and greet outside. We can set up a Johnny Nashville kissing booth. That'll really draw them in. What about that?
I heard about the Danny Deals fan club.
Oh yeah.
And it was an Amber Alert.
I got that this morning actually on my phone.
Will you stop?
Yeah, they're being held hostage.
So Nick, our technical director got it too. Nick, what you mentioned it. You've wrestled all over, major companies, won titles, been a big top star all over. What drew you to NWA originally 4 years ago?
I was a little disillusioned, I guess would be the right word. I was sort of unsure of where my skill set was going to be best suited. At the time, AEW didn't exist, for example, yet, and now, obviously, full credit to what an organization, what an incredible rise. It's that they're shaking up the world. But at the time, I sort of looked around the landscape, and it was there was Ring of Honor, and I was sort of having some conversations there, and New Japan was really sort of, for the first time, was having a big impact with the U.S. market. So but and I was just sort of looking around at, and I thought, man, that style it's not my forte, and that's not a knock on them or me.
Sure.
It's just I kind of.
But it's a different style, right?
Yeah.
Some from the UK over to the United States, that's a different style you had to learn, right?
Too, but I think it was just I think there was some kind of maybe some weird energy going on, because when I really sort of boiled it down and thought about it, I realized that peak NWA, like the late 80s, like NWA, kind of really resonated with me the most. That to me was the perfect blend. Jim Cornette described it once, and I loved this description. It was an entertaining sport more than sports entertainment.
Right.
It was right on the cusp of people kind of knew that what they were watching was a little over the top and a little kind of you know, we weren't exactly watching the Olympics here, but you know, but there was enough athleticism and ruggedness to it, and it had that big fight feel to it. You know, I love boxing. I referred to it earlier, but like I always want to try to recreate that kind of feeling for my, you know, big title matches, and I feel like I was able to do that with my matches with Cody, you know, and then with Trevor, you know, and with Tim. Like, it was create that situation where by the time you get to it, people are like, everybody is focused on this, you know, like, and when that bell rings, like, here we go. You know, that's, to me, is like, that's kind of what the essence of the business is, and I felt like it sort of got a bit lost. It would sort of become sort of more about appreciating the sort of art of doing the wrestling, like, rather than kind of like, no, it's about the moment, you know, it's let's create this kind of can't miss event. And so that's when Billy reached out and kind of described his vision for wrestling in the NWA. It kind of correlated with mine. You know, it wasn't like he described exactly what I was saying, but the type of wrestling he wanted to sort of celebrate and put out. That vibed with the kind of presentation that I wanted to bring back to the business.
That makes sense. So, Deals, during your illustrious wrestling career, how many champions did you beat along the way?
Oh, it's countless. It's countless. But right now, we're just focusing on the 24th, so Sal can get the national title.
Oh, okay.
Shot. Championship shot.
Tickets available at NWATix.com. NWATix.com.
NWATix.com.
We're here to promote this show.
From Judas, that match is on the show.
Right.
Me and Old City Many are going to be, you know, like this. That's Sinister Minister. And you like me to use everybody's Christian name. And speaking of boxing, you said you like boxing. Pope is on the show. You know, he's undefeated in 99 boxing matches. He's on the show, too.
I'm a big fan of the Pope.
He's going up against old Colby Carino. So
that's going to be that's an interesting matchup there. Like, Colby Carino, I mean, obviously, the last name, you know, doesn't need much introduction, you know, with his father, but he's really impressed me. He's really, you know, and it's
I've
not
been
just
hearing
me.
good things about him. I haven't seen him yet, but I've heard great things about him.
A phenomenal athlete. He's in great shape. He's tenacious, and he's got that thing. You know, you can tell he's got a chip on his shoulder, and he's gonna make a mark, like, regardless of who gets in his way. And I totally vibe with that. That's how I felt in TNA when I was a punk kid.
Your buddy Camille's on the show too.
Yes, she's been on our show before.
Yeah, she's putting up the belt against Kenzie Page. She's from Tennessee, actually.
Yeah, Kenzie Page, another young upstart that, you know, sky's the limit for her. And fair play to her, because, you know, that let's be real here for a second. You know, athletically right now, not saying that it can't happen down the road, but Kenzie Page, you know, that's a big level up for her to be in the, and it's not the first time she's done it. She faced her in Charlotte. I was on that. Trevor and I headlined that event, and you know, that it takes guts to go in there when you know that you're the odds are heavily against you, and she's doing it again. But hey, that probably indicates that one day down the road, because she's a kid. I mean, she's like 19 years old.
She may need to come under the learning tree of Deals, you know, maybe.
Or she could make some positive steps and enhance her career, like I was describing.
Yeah, and then maybe, you know, get under the wing of Nick Aldis and Mickie James. How about that? Maybe that's an idea there.
Well, you know, and Mickie, you know, to that point, Mickie loves mentoring, you know, these young women that are coming up now, because there's so many more opportunities, and, you know, Mickie wants to make sure that they're ready for it and taking it. And you know, she's on the phone almost every day with some sort of young wrestler, you know, who's asking her about something. And she loves it.
She's been an amazing, you know, influence in women's wrestling for so long. You know, Hall of Fame level performer. You know, guys, we talk about that forbidden door. You mentioned AEW. You know, more and more companies are kind of coming together. Impact Wrestling, who I work part-time for, has done some things with AEW. Obviously, NWA has merged with Impact Wrestling. I mean, how great would it be to see Nick Aldis, you know, come to Impact Wrestling and maybe take on Christian Cage for the title or something like that, man? I mean, you know, the possibilities are endless. I mean, listen, your wife, Mickie James, has got an issue with Deonna Purrazzo, who's the Impact Knockouts champion.
For now.
Yeah, for now, right. They're going to settle their differences coming up.
Bound for Glory's coming up.
Glory,
so,
yeah.
you know, Deanna, shine that up.
Peraza's pretty
Shine
good.
that strap up.
She's pretty good, Peraza. I'm just saying.
She's very good.
Deanna's very good. We've had her on the show as well.
For real, look, you don't get a name like the Virtuosa for nothing.
Yeah.
You know.
And she's Italian, so that's
right. But
you're talking about a 9-time.
I was going to say, how ready
champion.
is your wife, Mickie James, for that match at Bound for Glory?
Look, as you know, we moved into our new place earlier this year, and you know, in addition to having the horses there and the stables, which obviously Deanna found out about because she went and attacked her while she was bleeding out the horse stall.
Yeah.
I didn't tell her where it was. I swear, I didn't give her the
Thank God I was out of town.
Yeah, where were you that day?
I'm curious about how
Can
she
you
got
account
the
for your
information.
whereabouts that day?
I had no clue, nothing.
I am curious
Don't do
about
all
how
this
she got
all
her-
Italians link up thing.
She did.
I had no clue how she got
She did that
GPS
Khabib,
coordinates.
send me location. But
But
no.
we're all looking forward to that
But
match,
Mickie,
Nick.
you know, we've got on top of that, we've also got a great gym set up at the house now, as well as Just Be Fit in White House that we train at, and so she's been training like a Trojan, and she's very ready for this. She wants that 10. She wants number 10. She'll be a 10-time world champion if she wins at Bound for Glory.
Wow.
Yeah.
What do you got there, Deals?
Oh, we're on the Twitter machine.
Oh,
See?
okay.
It
Is that
says-
me?
Yeah, it says we're talking live right now. Well, I guess I don't have to hit it because I'm here. What are we talking? It's like picture in picture.
But you would love the opportunity.
Well, how
You couldn't
about
miss the opportunity to watch yourself whilst
Yeah.
also
It'd be like an
being
echo.
on
You know what I mean? It's now that my jacket isn't echoing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we
But
got
it got
that
fixed
fixed.
by we have an A+ staff
It's still
here.
echoing in my
He
mind.
doesn't put him over. I will. She's the best. It's not just because she likes my jacket.
Emma's doing a great job. She's got her hands full
She's
with the
amazing.
three of
But
us
since she cut
tonight.
down that echo, I thought maybe this echo. We keep.
He
the same
doesn't
thing
realize
in
that
the
we
show.
cut his mic 3 segments ago.
All right, well, we're going to take another break. We'll come back and talk more about NWA Wrestling and wrestling as a whole. I'm having a ball with Danny Deals and Nick Aldis here live in studio. Stay with us. We're back after this.